My wife said, "Don't lecture my kids, get your own." When I tried to correct my stepdaughter, I just smiled and said, "All right, I'm Steve, 38. Been married to Natasha for 3 years. She has twin 12-year-olds from her first marriage, Samantha and Luke. Their dad sends birthday cards twice a year if we're lucky. Last Tuesday, I caught Samantha stealing $20 from Natasha's purse. When I confronted her, she rolled her eyes and said, "You're not my real dad. You can't tell me what to do." I calmly told Natasha what happened. Instead of addressing the theft, she got defensive. "Don't lecture my kids about money. If you want to parent so badly, get your own children." That stung, but I just smiled and said, "All right." See, what Natasha didn't know was that I'd been covering their car insurance, phone bills, and school supplies for months while she struggled with debt. I'd also been quietly setting aside college funds for both kids, $400 a month each, straight into savings accounts they didn't even know existed. The next morning, I canceled everything. Car insurance gone, phone plan terminated. The college accounts I'd opened were closed and transferred to my personal savings. I stopped buying groceries. No more weekly $200 trips. No more paying for their Netflix, Spotify, or Samantha's dance classes that cost me $150 a month. Luke's soccer registration fees were not my problem anymore. I even canceled the family gym membership and stopped paying for their school lunches. Every subscription, every monthly payment, every little expense I'd been quietly handling, all of it gone. When Samantha's phone got shut off at school and she couldn't call her friends, she came home furious. "Why isn't my phone working?" "Ask your mom," I said, not looking up from my laptop. Luke couldn't get picked up from soccer practice because the car insurance had lapsed and Natasha's registration was expired. She had to leave work early, costing her overtime pay she desperately needed. That evening, Natasha panicked when she opened the fridge to find it nearly empty. The pantry was bare, except for some stale crackers and a can of beans. "Where's all the food? What happened to everything?" she demanded, hands shaking as she stared at the empty shelves. I shrugged. "You said get my own kids, so I'm focusing on the children who will actually be mine someday. These aren't my responsibility anymore. You made that crystal clear." "But Steve, I didn't mean—" "You absolutely meant it," I interrupted. "Samantha stole from you, and instead of parenting her, you attacked me for caring. So I'm done caring." The look on her face was priceless. Pure panic mixed with the dawning realization of just how much I'd been carrying financially. Samantha stormed into the kitchen. "This is so unfair. You can't just stop paying for stuff." "Watch me," I said calmly. "Your mom made it clear you're not my kids. Figure it out yourselves." Over the next week, reality hit them like a freight train. Natasha's paycheck couldn't stretch to cover what I'd been handling. Samantha's dance recital got canceled because the payment bounced. Luke's soccer gear stayed dirty because no one had money for the laundromat. The twins started fighting constantly, stressed about their phones being dead and their friends asking why they couldn't hang out anymore. Samantha couldn't even do her homework properly because I'd stopped paying for the internet. Natasha looked exhausted, working double shifts just to keep the lights on, dark circles under her eyes, hair always messy, constantly stressed about making ends meet. The house felt different too. No more movie nights because no streaming services. No more ordering pizza when Natasha worked late. The kids were eating peanut butter sandwiches for dinner most nights. Luke came to me one evening looking defeated. "Steve, can you please turn the internet back on? I have a school project and I can't research anything." "Not my kid, not my problem," I replied, echoing Natasha's words. Finally, Natasha broke down crying at the kitchen table, surrounded by unpaid bills and late notices. "Steve, please, I was wrong. I'm so sorry." "Sorry doesn't fix anything," I said. "You showed me exactly where I stand in this family. Now you live with that choice." Samantha appeared in the doorway, her usual attitude completely gone. "Steve, I'm sorry I took the money, and I'm sorry I said you weren't my dad." "Too little, too late, kiddo." "Please," Natasha begged. "The kids are suffering." "You're right," I said coldly. "They don't deserve a mom who chooses pride over their well-being, but that's your decision, not mine." The desperation in both their faces told me everything I needed to know. Sometimes people only appreciate what they have when it's gone, and watching them scramble was better than any apology.